1, 2. There we go. There we go. Welcome back. I do not have my audio on. Wait 1 second, please. Wait a second. We'll go down there with it. Music provided, as always, by the lovely Rifty Beats, one of the most amazing composers around. Takes anime and hip-hop and video game and any kind of other beat that you want and traps it up, mixes it up so you can use it copyright free. So if you ever get a copyright strike like I do on Facebook, say fuck you, that's bullshit. But we are here. It is a minute in. We are past the point of no return. This is Elijah 5000 here at Edge 2 Otaku / Edge 2 Gaming, Edge 2 Otaku on YouTube when I cover anime, manga, or anime, manga, video games, and then Edge 2 Gaming everywhere else for AAA indie games. Me and Buck just got off the phone. We were talking about how they have whitewashed and changed fucking Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which originally was a fucking phenomenal game where you were freeing and liberating black and Hispanic people all over the oceans. But for some reason, that's a problem. And now all you're freeing is white people. And let's just go ahead and clear this up before the show starts. The white people in these games are celestial dragons, okay? It had been far established, which is why darker skinned people were actually brought into slavery, that they work several times harder than white people because white people are lazy. And genetically speaking, they're weaker. So when they did this the first time, when Ubisoft first did this and kept shit, you know, historically correct, people bitched about it. They came out, they redid this, and now the white people can have the pacifiers in their mouth and cry all they want because they are the victims in this game. I don't know how it happened. It happened. It's not me, it's them, but we're here today. It's just like crazy. It's like you ruined a good fucking game. Really good game. It's really strong for reasons that probably you should have picked up on. And when they were getting ready to do this, redo the Revolution one and have this next game, and they pushed out because the racist motherfuckers like, we don't need a game about black people freeing themselves. You know why? Because when we do that in history, it's shown that they can't stop us, and people, you know, basically create their own freedom. But if you show it too many times, and you know where you can find this, watch the fucking Silo on Apple TV, because they don't want the motherfuckers to know the truth. Otherwise it'll fuck up and they will get their freedom. We will talk about that another time. We're here for One Piece. I had to go on a rant. Okay, I'm using the Goku Sovereignty picture. I made about 20 thumbnails. This is the one that I came up with. This is the one I like. Fuck you if you don't like it. It represents Straw Hat Luffy and One Piece in all its entirety. And the one thing that I do say I like about it is like the layering. It's pretty good. But also it kind of speaks to this chapter. I'm making my last post before we get into it because we do have the brief spoilers today. So if you don't see my eyes, that's okay. You probably couldn't handle the eye contact anyway. And that's why I'm bringing you One Piece, because Pew Piece has brought us the brief spoilers for One Piece, and they are a fucking doozy. I really like this one. I wanted Hyrule to do something. I didn't know what he was going to do. I was like, he'll do something with his brother, maybe later on to help Luffy out, but we've got some things. So let's dive into it. The brief spoilers for this chapter. This chapter is 1191 of One Piece. This title is There's Still a Loki. So there is still Loki, like he's still around. The color spread features the Straw Hat Pirates together at an Afro party, and we know that an Afro makes all the fucking difference. Usopp knew it, Luffy knew it, we all know it. Nico Robin agreed with this. It is fact. So we start the chapter off where we left. Remember, they said, Chopper, you just got done talking to Ragnar for the first time. Thank you. We wanted to know what the fuck Ragnar was saying, and you were taking too damn long. So we know. He's saying that she's bad and not to release her, blah, blah, blah. But now we're getting hit up and saying, hey, it's Nico Robin. I need you over at, you know, the school and the library with Biblo. We got all these books here, but I think he's trying to say something. So Biblo is talking to Chopper. We're about to get some backstory. I think he is a part of Joy Boy's crew. We will see. If not, then this is the information we needed for how the books got out of the school. We know Biblo took them, but can Biblo change size? We'll get more context into Biblo's power and maybe a little bit of backstory between the God of War, Ragnar, and Imu back in the day in the first class. Then we have scenes of Zoro fighting Saint Somers. Then after this, the spoilers say Imu reveals a new transformation, becoming larger in size and gaining 4 horns while his arms turn black. Imu was already almost, he's like the size of a giant, not the size of an ancient giant, had the big ass horns. Hang on, I gotta raise this chair. Yeah, you gotta pump it up. But fighting Loki, knocked Loki all the way across the fucking field, and almost killed Hyrule a couple times, and has been fighting with Luffy, and Luffy's been smaller, so now he's gotten even bigger and has more horns, and his arms have turned black. Imu says about Gaban, because he remembers, he's like, oh, that brat from God Valley, I never expected you to become this strong. If I'd have known, I should have eliminated you along with rocks. So the only person that died at God Valley, we know that Imu killed rocks. There's a unique transformation. Imu Domi reversed rocks by stabbing him with the 2 tentacles. Now on Elbaph, Imu tried this. He jumped out of Gunko after Gunko had been hit by Loki. Not turned to ice, but hit. And then he used 1 tentacle on Luffy, 1 tentacle stabbed in Loki, and tried to make them hate each other, but it had no effect. So maybe he needed, it was a 2 tentacle, thing, maybe, because he got Davy D Zebek, or Davy D Rocks in the titties with it, and that's when he changed. He continues so after he says he should have eliminated him with rocks, Imu congratulates Gaban for only losing 1 arm from his attack. Then Gaban thanks him, saying, sorry, but now I can't applaud you for avoiding my attack. And then Gaban tells Luffy to take his crew and leave Elbaph, but Luffy refuses. Now, Luffy has wanted to get stronger since Nico Robin turned herself over to CP9 back in the day. On Egghead, CP0's there. They said that they will not take Robin, so it's not a thing for the Straw Hats to lose a character. But Luffy also made the declaration he would call the crew if he needed help, and they were not leaving Elbaph. They were going to defend and protect Elbaph, and so Luffy does not leave. He says no, his crew is staying there, and he's staying there. Imu prepares to kill Scopper Gaban and Luffy, but Hyrule arrives at that moment and punches Imu away from them. So we've had Loki show up out of the blind side, hit Imu. We've had Luffy show up, not even in Gear 5, come out of nowhere and punch Imu, and now we have Hyrule. If you guys do not think, let's go back to Dragon Ball Super. Whis told Goku around the Rex Regiment of F in the movie and the retelling in the show to not lower his guard because he could get injured. Goku gets shot in the chest with a laser and, damn near dies. Luffy has been told to pay attention and not drop his guard. Why is it so hard for you to motherfuckers? Even though Imu's the strongest, we've seen, this is the 3rd time now, Loki is by far stronger than Hyrule. We already know this shit because Hyrule got taken out by Luffy in Gear 2nd back in Dressrosa. Luffy is stronger. Luffy was about to take on Loki and shit, and he's taking on Imu. So Hyrule doing this to Imu now, y'all can't say shit. Motherfuckers get snuck on. So Imu gets snuck by Hyrule, and he knocks him away. Then, however, Hyrule is affected by the demonic aura. So the only thing that did not happen here, Loki and Luffy have hit him and not suffered consequences of the hockey around him. Hyrule has. That means his cock is not big enough. He ain't got a big enough conqueror's hockey to be sitting up there with Luffy, Loki, and Imu. Gaban tells Hyrule to run, but Hyrule says that he will never submit, and that even if he dies, Loki is still there. After that, Loki arrives. So Hyrule, believing in his brother, having the last conversation, like, do you know who that nigga is? Yes, is that the one that killed Daddy? Yes, we gonna whoop his ass. Okay, you go ahead, let Gerd and them patch me up because Chopper already went to help somebody else, fuck him, and then I'll be right behind you, Big Brother. So Big Brother comes to save Luffy, who's a part of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, and now Baby Brother's coming to back him up as another member of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, I hope. Luffy recovers from his injuries by eating the food he had stored in reserve, and then the three of them, Luffy, Loki, and Hyrule, attack Imu together using the technique Gokoku sovereignty of the three generals, which we saw earlier performed by Road, Gerd, and Goldberg against Saint Killingham's MMA. Then the chapter ends. There is a break next week, and this is the author's break. So it's no more like Holiday. Holiday was last week. We get this week, and then Odin himself is going on a break. We don't know if this is for season 4 of the live action or more of the story, but these are the brief spoilers. Really, we're getting when the deal that I feel like, and I've already said this, I predict that Chopper is going to get not only back lore about Elbaph, but also how to maybe stop the Knights of God or Imu, because Biblo's old as fuck. And then we're going to get to see what happened in the library when we're off camera. The scenes between Zoro right now fighting Somers means that next time we'll get Sanji. Sanji will be figuring out himself so that way he can damage Killingham. But I think even with this power up, I don't see Somers really standing a chance against Zoro, because Zoro again just went up against Imu. But if he got shot in the face with Omen, with the Maki, his power may be down a little bit. I think since it says we get some scenes with Zoro, we get 2 panels, not a double spread, and then we will jump back over to Luffy and them. Imu reveals a new transformation. Yeah, the transformation will most likely be a double spread. We'll get to see what he changes into, because in Elbaph or Merijoa, it's the black silhouette. A God Valley, black silhouette out of nowhere, because I don't think he had inhabited anybody yet. Oh, Marcus Mars, my bad. Or was it Saturn? He might have been on Saturn and crawling around and then came out. Then he was in Gunko, jumped out. Now he's on Elbaph looking like this. Then he's about to transform. So new transformation. Still, all the weapons are coming out from the legendary 19 kings and queens that signed the pack. We're getting those legendary weapons at random. Gaban and Imu go back to some God Valley shit. And we'll see like another attack and how Gaban is standing and his talk with Luffy and them, because he told him last time, you're not ready for this, just go home. And Luffy's like, no, I'm not going home, and I just get better. He's trying to will himself back. I think this and the time that we're spending here on Elbaph, because nobody's really left yet, and we still need to be wary of why we are here on Elbaph so long. It's written down by the traveler, but we don't yet know why. Last but not least, Luffy recovers from his injuries, and we also will see like a little conversation between Haruden and like the effects of the dark aura on him, and then we'll see the Gokoku sovereignty, which will be cool. We'll also get to see a little bit between that transaction between Haruden coming in to the sovereignty, where Haruden is compared to Loki and Luffy. Does Loki do another transformation? I don't know, maybe, because Imu is. I'll be excited to see. We should get full spoilers every so often. I think the last 2 chapters we didn't get full spoilers, and then we got one before, so we may get full spoilers, we may not. If we don't get full spoilers, the next things will be like Thursday or Friday, the TCB scans. Then we'll have the official read on Sunday, and then we'll be on a week break. So make sure that you're following, turn on notifications like La Nina did. Thank you for following. So that way you know when I'm here and when we're streaming and what we're streaming. And I will go over this again, but you guys voted on YouTube and Twitter for the next soccer watch for the Gauntlet. Stay tuned. There will be a video going over that and how that will go, because this has the most episodes that I've seen around in the soccer anime world. And maybe there may be one other anime that'll be up there, or maybe have a little bit more. But we're getting ready to watch this. Stay tuned for that, and then we'll start that Gauntlet. I'm Elijah 5000. This is Edge to Otaku, and we just went over the brief spoilers for chapter 1191. Let me know what your thoughts are, your predictions in the comment below. Remember, on Sundays when I read the live read and give the live reaction, I wait later in the day so that way I can hear from the Japanese native speakers to get better context for what I'm reading and to translate it to you and add those in as well, so that way you know exactly what's going on, because you want to get this the purest way you can with the most amount of information to know how the Straw Hats are doing and the rest of our characters. Thank you guys so much. I'm Elijah 5000. I will catch you guys in the next one. Remember, music coming straight from Rifty Beats. Find him on Spotify and YouTube, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.